Former WWE star Dolph Ziggler's next destination has been revealed, plus some new signings, plus a whole bunch more. We're going to talk about it. Don't forget, we're giving away this championship belt at 100,000 subscribers, so go ahead and click subscribe today. All right, everybody, I want to kick things off with some New Japan Pro Wrestling news. This one is exciting if you're a fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So you guys remember the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship belt? That belt later on became the IWGP United Kingdom Championship belt. Well, now New Japan has revealed a new championship belt that will be replacing both of them. And it is not the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, which that kind of makes me a little bit sad. But nonetheless, they have revealed the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship belt. Now, we don't know what the belt looks like just yet, but the New Japan Pro Wrestling chairman has come out and basically let the fans know that they believe in a global expansion, which is not necessarily shocking considering I think every wrestling company at this stage should be thinking about global reach. But it is shocking that they decided to go with something entirely brand new instead of bringing back the Intercontinental Championship. Now, I am one of those people that believe in sometimes having old things come back, like nostalgic stuff, whatever. I'm okay with that sometimes. And I also like the idea of modernizing stuff and refreshing ideas and new concepts and stuff too. So I'm one of those people, I kind of like both ideas. So I am a little bit shocked that they chose not to go with the Intercontinental Championship, but I also like the idea of them trying something entirely brand new. And they've made it very clear New Japan Pro Wrestling is looking to grow their brand, not just in the United States, not just in the UK, but all around the world. And that's part of the Global Heavyweight Championship belt. Now, I personally think this is a good idea. Keep in mind, Jon Moxley, Will Ospreay, David Finlay competing in a one-on-one match, a triple threat match at Wrestle Kingdom, and somebody will become the inaugural IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. Now, one thing that really has to be talked about here, and it's so incredibly important when it comes to NJPW, they have a very good relationship with AEW. They have a very good relationship with TNA. When it comes to growing wrestling in America, they have some very good partnerships. So I fully expect whoever is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Global Heavyweight Champion, I would fully expect to see that belt in other promotions. I would fully expect to see that championship belt being defended across the pond. I can see it being used in AEW. I can see it being used in TNA. I can see it being used in many other promotions. But as New Japan Pro Wrestling is saying, they are looking at growing globally, and part of that is having a traveling champion. So if the traveling championship, if it's not the traveling championship belt, I think that could be quite problematic. But I do fully expect it to be a traveling champion. I fully expect to see whoever's holding the belt appear in multiple different promotions representing the promotion. So very interesting stuff. I'm excited about it. Can't wait to see what is done. My prediction for the match, by the way, is David Finlay. I know it sounds crazy, but Will Ospreay is going to AEW. Jon Moxley is in AEW. I fully expect David Finlay to be the guy holding the belt as the inaugural champion. TNA has announced the new signing of Trent Seven. He's a former WWE superstar. You might remember his work from the UK Indies, and now this veteran is headed to TNA Wrestling. We saw him at Final Resolution. Then TNA made the announcement that he is signing with TNA, and I absolutely love this signing. And it's a big thing that I love about TNA is they don't have to do a lot of signings. TNA doesn't have to go for all of the massive names, but they've done a really good job of bringing in talent who I think fit the puzzle. And with TNA, there is a lot of representation across the board with all different styles. We are seeing so much variety in TNA when it comes to their roster, and I think that's why I like this signing as well. I think TNA has a very big audience in the UK, and I think a lot of people seem to forget that, but their influence in the UK is relatively high. Trent Seven, obviously from the UK, came to WWE. It didn't work out. Now him going to TNA actually, I think, helps a little bit in the sense of when TNA does those UK tours and stuff like that, the fans will rally behind them and be excited about it. Again, this is not some sort of signing where Trent Seven is going to bring in millions and millions of viewers. This is not some sort of signing where I think Trent Seven's going to be the world champion anytime soon. This is not one of those signings where I think TNA is going to push him to very top guys type of stuff. I mean, you never know, but I believe that TNA benefits a lot here, as well as Trent Seven, because one, Trent Seven allows himself to be on TV on a weekly basis, but also with TNA, you bring in a veteran, a guy who is very talented, a guy who has experience all around the world, plus that WWE experience. At the same time, too, you see that TNA is bringing in a huge focus on the X Division. You see that TNA is putting a huge focus on the World Heavyweight Championship title scene. And I think what you have here is another veteran who can have great programs, great matches, great character work, but at the same time, too, you can allow Trent Seven to be the veteran in the backstage. And one thing that never gets talked about enough with TNA is how great their backstage environment actually is. Look, you bring in another veteran, there's going to be some young talent in there. They can pick each other's brain. They can communicate and learn from each other. And at the end of the day, I just think it's a solid signing. It's not a groundbreaking signing, but it's a solid signing for this company. And, you know, again, the way that TNA has been able to be so successful, even despite being smaller than AEW and WWE, is by making the right decisions. I don't think TNA has signed anybody in the last several years where it was like a head scratcher because, you know, drama or money or whatever it may be. Everything has been pretty solid for this company, and I love to see it. And that brings us to our final topic, Dolph Ziggler. We know he got released by the WWE. We all have been waiting and waiting and waiting to see what will happen with Dolph Ziggler. Where does he go after the WWE? And while this is not a permanent decision, Dolph Ziggler's first announcement is that he is headed to Puerto Rico for the WWC. And this is actually, like, in my opinion, me personally, I'm kind of happy about this. His first match will be taking place on January 20th, 2024 in Puerto Rico. He has challenged Ray Gonzalez at WWC. Look, Nick Nemeth, that's his name. He's going by Nick Nemeth. He can't be Dolph Ziggler anymore. I think this is one of the beautiful parts about leaving WWE. You can leave WWE, you can go to Puerto Rico, you can go to Japan, you can go to AEW, you can go to TNA. See, the thing is, exclusivity really only stands true with WWE for the most part. AEW, you might be exclusive to AEW, but AEW has working relationships. TNA also has working relationships. So the nice thing about Dolph Ziggler going to Puerto Rico is he's going to go out there. He can go have a great match. He can go do whatever the hell he wants. He can wrestle. He could do his comedy. He could do all of these different things that he enjoys doing. And then if he wants to be on TV every single week, he could go to AEW. He could go to TNA. I mean, I think that's exciting. I think that's one of the best parts about free agency. And who knows? We'll see. I think it's interesting that Dolph Ziggler is going to be wrestling right away, because I thought for sure Dolph Ziggler was worthy of like a surprise debut elsewhere, but that doesn't appear to be the case. Obviously, that could always change, but we'll see how things go. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget, we're giving away this championship belt at 100,000 subscribers, so if you want a chance to win, go ahead and click subscribe today.